It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They'll take that, 14 yards on play number 1. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground, and they want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You look at this Colt defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
2nd down and 6 now. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now here's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. This defense for the Colts, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Hey, 15. Hero, 15. Hey, 57.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A big play there for KC, 45 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7. Running left to give to Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And they needed two. They could only get one. Fourth down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Back to Taylor on first down to about the 26 here. The Colts at 6-2 to start play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now it's Richardson. And this is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. And now Mitchell from 3 yards out. And the Colts respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go play action with Richardson. They'll roll him out right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after one. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Richardson. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Richardson looking to throw this. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Richardson going to move him around. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Let's go now. Straight. Go.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Richardson to throw off play action. Escaping the pressure right. He completes it to Hunter. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. 34 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. He's on his way. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And able to get this out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Attack!
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Yellow, yellow. Attack, attack. Yellow. Attack.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Yellow. Hey, dribble it, dribble it.
Mahomes now to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring him 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Short throw, hauled in by Kelsey. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now Patrick going to change the play. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more there and another 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
I don't need to. Attack, attack.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Second and 9.
15. Yellow. Yellow. Attack, attack. Tell her.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Mahomes.
That is caught. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right on the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Pacheco.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Second and goal from the 1.
Yellow.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Isaiah Pacheco.
As time expires in the first half.
And the Chiefs get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half.
You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Let's go. I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
19 Lions.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive in the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Buffalo 18.
They'll go for it. Here's Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Here we go. Shot. Hurt. Hurt. Trap alert. Hut, go. Go.
Richardson off the play fake.
Steps away. Throw left side complete. That's Hunter. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Take off.
Richardson looking to throw.
He's going to sling this deep downfield.
That is incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Go.
Hunter. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Now Richardson.
Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Warren. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal.
Hawk 70.
Richardson.
And that is caught. Touchdown,
And now
Indianapolis.
Mitchell.
His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
He finds his rookie wideout from Tennessee.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. He'll get this down to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. Now here's Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others.
And the Chiefs are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. A short throw pulled in by Woods.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go now. Ready?
1st and 10, Taylor now. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. This 2nd and 4.
Brought down by Brewlg.
60 Eagles, 60
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Taylor. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touch. Jonathan Taylor, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead now up to 14. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Mahomes going to throw. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now it's Mahomes again. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Mahomes will throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
A give for Taylor running right side. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. Just because you got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Alert! Alert!
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
He's got Smith here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Richardson working from the gun.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19. Ready?
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's second down. They run it with Pacheco from the gun, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Well, the defense circling now, fourth down and 7.
Easy. Hey, 43, 15. 43. Yellow. 15, yellow. Watch out.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. Touchdown, Colts! A great play there. 28 yards. And the Colts have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on fourth down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Hey, 15. Hero, 15. Right side.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Richardson looking to throw this. He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there, with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 62 yards on the ground for him now, as he's done that on 15 carries. Toss right side to Pacheco. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really,